Welcome. It's been a what's up, honey? Website POV. You have okay. That's just a TikTok. My honey's sending me TikToks. I don't need that right now. Well, I just talked for an hour. We're good. I love her so much. Okay. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. We had to take a quick break for reasons, and we're back. Pretty cool. So what happened last time?
So, last time we were in Golden Suede, we still are, talking about our Aura of Desperation problem. We've been cursed by an ancient dragon from whom we stole an egg. Will Stride used us as curse patsies to secure his own dukehood, which is a problem that we will deal with later. We contacted Oberon. We are marked with Vorthos' sign, kin of Typhustune, which is a big problem we will deal with later. Callum has been moving up in the Fae because he has the egg hostage. I have a dragon cursed Fae follower. Ty has a dragon curse and a curse from the demon of trickery to see Yatana. Andros is in a pact with Viz. Vorthos is known as the Wild Light. So basically, all of us are fucked up except for Wolf.
Also,
Not
Yeah,
fucked
also
up at
great.
all.
I'll be honest with you. He's doing really good.
He's big chilling.
Big secret at the end of the
Ryan-
campaign. He's just a guy.
He's just a regular guy.
I don't know how he got here.
I'm not fucked up. I'm just fucking.
Well, have you seen your bulging veins recently?
I don't have
Speaking
a
of other
problem,
people's
guys.
problems-
Oh.
Speaking of other people's problems, Yatana showed up. We gambled to avoid her ire, which we did successfully.
Very well.
Yeah, everybody did it successfully, and I did it successfully twice, which helped Ty out, which was great. Like, truly statistically staggering that we made it through this. So after that, we left to plan, and we discovered that there were miners talking about strange ritual alchemical symbols. We went to the Miners Guild Hall in the center of town. Bosch, the Kenku miner guild leader, gave us a quest to investigate the mine in question. We descended into the mine. We checked all that out, and let me tell you, it was a bad time. The mine was a scene that would make anyone's blood crawl. After we spent some time trying to decipher the script that was scrawled on the wall, we discovered that the script continued behind a wall that was in existence, and I believe we actually tried to excavate behind the wall. It was a long effort that was drawn out. There is a concealed rune, though, that we discovered of gaseous form, which we were able to use to access a hidden room. It was torn apart with civilian corpses that have been experimented on. The ritual we discovered was experimenting with soul binding. There were chimeric humanoids that were strewn across the chamber, whose eyes, though we're pretty sure they were dead, were following us everywhere we went. Horrifying. We cracked a cipher in a journal that tells us they can put rat souls in human bodies. And then after we've made these staggering and disturbing discoveries, Detective Jorvin shows up, takes over the scene, and then we retreat back to Lore, our roving bastion, to recover spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically from this experience.
And now you're on your way to the Wicked Thicket. Into the Wicked Thicket you go. Go away, Jerome. This is other time. You could have been here, Jerome. I told him multiple times. He always looks and he's just like, no, I'm not playing your D&D. I'm like, then you don't see me every other week. And just like, so as you guys approach the Wicked Thicket, you can see a lot of it's been burnt down on the, this would be the western side of Golden Suede. The forest itself has been pushed back as far as it seems like they could go. Trenches dug out for a bit. Dust, dirt, sand, grass has clearly been burned away or excavated for quite a ways. You can smell the fresh soil in this area as this is an ongoing issue, and the leftover burn of the typical, is it carbon that gets left over, Luke? Is that about right? Whatever.
So, yeah.
Soot. As you trek through it further, you get closer to the actual Wicked Thicket, giving you a better understanding for the namesake of this forest. The trees themselves are extremely curvy and sinister looking in many ways, and they are layered tightly, packed together, making it this wicked-looking, thick of a forest. But not all of them are totally like, it's not to the sense of Sleeping Beauties, Maleficent's, Thorn Tangle Garden. It's not that evil, but you dial it back a bit and it has actual forestry growing on it. And it's got unsettling vibes about it for certain. As you guys begin to walk into this forest, the soot and dirt fades as the dampness of the entirety of the area becomes more present. You know that there are multiple lakes. The Torn Depths are just to the southwest, and there is the Wicked Thicket, like lake that's inside the forest itself is present. As Ulo dies. Oh no. No, he's okay. Everything avoided. Jesus Christ. Okay, real quick. So I got charged a huge bill out here, and I just thought it was normal, and I had so much stuff on my mind, and I was just like, whatever, dude. I'll deal with that later. And then Justin, when I was talking with Justin Zach yesterday, Justin challenged me. He's like, get that receipt. There's no way you pay that much money for groceries. I'm like, all right. I'm looking through my grocery bill. I'm like, I didn't buy anything over $30 on here. I don't know how it got so much. And then all of a sudden I see on there for $219, a single line item. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I look at it and they charged me for 22 pizzas. And I did 2 frozen pizzas, but the guy fat fingered to 22. And I'm like, oh my God. So I went, got it returned and everything. And so my dad has physical therapy with Jerome. And apparently Jerome, quote, I was dying when he told me the pizza story. If they didn't give you the money back, you should have asked for the 20 other pizzas.
Those pizzas are mine.
You owe me this.
Yeah. That did seem kind of ridiculous.
There's no way they had the stock of 20 pizzas. That's like the biggest thing. Like I'm certain their ledgers do not have 20 of those pizzas in stock. All right, anyway. All right, that's enough. I used to be satiated with more laughing emojis. My God. How'd you guys come in? I'll say because fun times are had. Screw your perception checks. I would normally make you roll it, but who's got the highest passive perception check?
14?
14?
Not me, then.
18.
8 there.
Yeah.
Ulo. Perfect. Nails it. He's able to see with ease. As he walks in, you suddenly see a tree shift a little bit. Almost like you hear a groaning to the tree. Very, very subtle. And as you start to get a little closer, you can see in the knots and twists of the tree, a face appears.
Does it look like it's part of the tree?
Yes, it's like Pocahontas.
Right. Is it like making a face, or does it just seem like it's
like yawning.
Seem like it's actually moving. It's animated.
Yeah. The tree itself isn't moving, but the face is
but the face is,
animation. Like the tree looked like it was
hello?
swaying, and then you looked close, and then it was the actual face.
Let's
Hey.
say hello.
Oh. Hello, someone new to the Wicked Thicket. Oh.
What the fuck? And my longsword comes out.
Oh. Ooh, cutting down me would be unwise.
I put my hand on the longsword and lower it. No, we mean no harm.
Ooh,
I-
nice.
It was like,
Good.
what's weird about this?
This is normal face stuff.
That's
Relax,
also
man.
why I was very happy Ulo got that. Ooh. Oh, I see someone of good customs.
Of course.
I am what they call the Elderbark.
the elder Elderbark. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
And I remember everything that happens in this thicket.
You're
All of a sudden, you
quite
see
old
his
then.
face just goes still for a second, and then comes back. Oh, yes, everything.
All right. There's some kind of disease or something. I don't know. A man named the Plague Doctor. Is this something that you know of? Sounds like you would. Get it? Would?
Oh, I haven't laughed like that in years. Well, yes, I've seen some strange things here. The ones that bleed white. They prowl our once beautiful forest. They've seemed to defiled our beautiful nature here. There's sites in which they prowl. It's either near the waters or not near the waters. I'm certain it's one or the other, for certain.
Those are the two options.
Yes.
Are there many like you in this forest? Or are you...
Oh no, I am the only Elderbark I know. Only one.
Which you know because you can't move around.
But he knows
see-
everything that happens.
You see how like he's never even contemplated that? Oh. You are a great philosopher. What is your name?
My name is Ulo.
Ulo the great philosopher.
That does sound good.
Yes. No, I there could be possibilities of more like me here, but I've never heard them scream, no, or yell as I do sometimes for my morning routines. Stretching, it gets the vocal
Perhaps they-
cords.
Perhaps they have a different morning routine.
Perhaps they do. Fascinating. So much happens within this force, and yet never have I conversed with somebody so interesting.
Are we in eyeshot of like the Torrent depths, like the shore to that, or
No.
Okay.
No. We'll call, if you can see, let's see. Can you see my mouse at all? I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Oh, you can. So you guys are like more to this side
Okay.
versus down here. You're coming in from the west, more
Mhm.
straight on that shot.
We're making some good progress then. That's good.
We met some, call them characters, just a bit ago, the south of here near a lake, and they said that there were bodies and such being thrown into the lake from the Wicked Thicket. Is that?
Oh, they
know
might
of that?
be the bird-masked one. Is that who you're asking about?
Perhaps.
Bird
That
masked.
sounds right.
Yes.
Sounds right to me.
He continued to carry bags and glowing vials of liquids by. I always tried to inquire what it was about, and he would never give me the time of day, unfortunately.
What direction does he seem to wander off to?
He goes either to the waters or not the waters. It's one or the other, for certain.
Your wisdom is vast, Elderbark.
Oh, you
Surely your
pay me
roots-
great compliments.
Surely your roots extend far in this forest. Are you able to feel the corruption that these interlopers bring upon your forest?
Let me try. Son of a bitch, I hate this game. Natural 19.
Ooh, we love that.
Where the fuck was that? That was my boss die for ages. That never did shit. I never rolled above a 7 with that, and I retired it.
It's because it wasn't on our team before.
It's
That's right.
because you're where you are now.
That
Yeah,
would
it
be
must be the
hilarious,
time
actually, if all of a sudden
The-
things start
the
working
change-
differently.
The change in location is gonna completely shift the paradigm of your dice
Mhm.
capability.
I love this. I absolutely love this.
The pressures on your dice from the
Completely
world and the
different.
universe.
Altitudes.
Yeah,
and-
it's completely.
Alt-
It's all.
altitudes, obviously.
Definitely. That definitely affects it. Oh my God. Just wait till I roll in Colorado. You guys are done for.
The atmosphere is not bearing down on me anymore. I am free.
Oh. Yes, well. What I am certain of this corruption, it is certainly coming from the waters, deep within the wicked thicket, where our bird mask versus the ones who bleed white, they are in separate areas, of which I cannot quite recall. But of the two paths I can send you on, is one that goes towards the waters and one's toward not the waters. As he points out, now that you see it, little more obvious paths that wouldn't have necessarily been as obvious to you guys going through the wicked thicket because of how thick the forest is.
So you're saying that the one with the bird mask who carried mysterious tinctures through your forest headed to the waters?
Possibly. Or was the bleeding ones. Or probably the bird. But the bird could have also went to the other way.
I think you're saying
But-
there's two ways to go. These two paths right here, one to the water, one not. One of them goes, each of them goes to either the bird mask man, and one goes to those who bleed white. But we're just not sure which is which, because they are not in the same location. So one's to one, one's to the other. We just don't know which is which.
Well, I would imagine if we track down the path of the corruption, maybe we could. Maybe that's either the location this entity is, or it's where,
Hmm.
like the aquatic peoples of the depths mentioned. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
dumping ground. So maybe if we can pick up
Well-
a trail from the dumping ground and track it down
Yeah.
further.
I imagine both are worthy of investigation, so we might end up doing both. So it just depends which we do first.
That's also true.
I'm gonna walk up to whichever path is closest to me, and I'm gonna cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Ooh.
Go
Go
with
ahead.
the spell in this
So
scenario,
what does
my
that spell
God.
do?
For the duration, so 10 minutes, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, diseases, poisonous creatures within 30 feet of you. You can also identify any kind of poisonous creature, or disease in each case. So if there's any-
As you walk, that spell goes off, and you can notice that many of the trees on the backside of the trees, they're diseased. They clearly have some sort of rot on them, and they are not healthy. Both paths have poison afterglow of sorts of how would I venomous puddles of sorts are on both paths. You do notice above you in the wicked thicket trees, you notice poisonous creatures as well above you. You get the sense of multitudes of those as well.
in both paths.
Yes.
I
So the
will
poison,
describe
the
that and
puddles are on
point
both
out those
paths, but
creatures.
directly above you are more the creatures that you can sense, above.
Oh, okay, great. I'll point that out immediately to my companions then.
Anybody want to make a perception check?
Yeah, let's take a
will.
look.
That's 19.
Oh, 19.
12.
12.
14.
All right, everybody over 10.
Cool.
As you look up, as Ulo points out, he senses that, but maybe he's not quite. Did you say 8 or 18, Ulo?
Oh, I didn't actually roll.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you did.
Definitely going to be pretty high because I have +8. So 25.
Okay, so you see it just fine. You're like, hey, look at, I got a sense of that, and look up. And you can see multitudes of dog-sized spiders looking down at you guys.
Ugh.
Great.
And there's just a whole bunch of them just intrigued, though. They're not viciously angry or otherwise. They're just kind of with their bazillion eyes, their 8 eyes. What's going on?
All right, Loth's dead. Spiders aren't evil anymore.
I mean,
Every spider is now just a puppy. We're good.
I feel like there's a lot of nuance in my response necessary for that one.
Oh, if not friend, then why friend shaped?
Is a giant dog-sized spider really friend-shaped?
It's friend size.
Certainly.
Oh man, massive Baldur's Gate vibes. You guys could just not, and you could just like, what would Lolf really want you to do? Revolution! Alright.
Oh,
I'm
is-
gonna point up at them. There are many of those throughout this forest.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. They call this place home. If you run into the great giant spider,
There's a proper noun about to be dropped. My lord.
Eshka.
Eska.
Eshka.
Shaka.
Yep. I already forgot his fucking name. It was the elder.
Wait, AKA or just KA?
Let's jump back in my notes here.
Phonetically, it's Ashaka right now, which is also cool.
Eshka. So it's Eshka?
That's what I thought. That's
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shka.
Yes.
Ashka, the mother spider.
And tell her the elder Bark has judged you all good. You all speak spider, correct? Probably arachnid, maybe he'd say.
Nope.
Oh.
That may be difficult for you then.
Does
actually,
she
wait.
speak anything else?
No.
Do you, Ulo, with your connection to the natures, can you?
I mean, would
The
she be
natures.
considered an animal?
Even though insects aren't normally considered animals, yes.
A beast
Uh,
type.
Then yes, perhaps.
A beast.
Oh. If all else fails, just say, and you hear this spider noise come out of the Bark's mouth, and that will buy you some time.
I am
right.
Can I
gonna.
attempt to memorize it?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
yeah.
I'm gonna take a moment to try and minor illusion that sound.
Okay.
Oh.
Give me an Arcana
go.
check, and then the other guy give me a intelligence check.
I
Wisdom.
have
Me?
linguist as a feat.
You have
So
what?
perhaps I have linguist.
Ooh, that's very good.
So perhaps like I don't know. It's weird because like mouth sounds for arachnids, I'm sure, are very different.
Very different.
I got a 12 Arcana.
Okay. You don't feel too confident, but you're kind of close. Hopefully, spider arachnid isn't.
Ooh.
It's
It's
in-
not a tonal language.
Yes, it's not exactly. Yes, that's exactly.
So
what
did
I
you
was
want
going
an intelligence or wisdom
for. Make a pitch to me. Which one do you think it should be?
or should I pick a skill? What would be a
And your linguist thing, you can make a pitch as well for what you want to roll if you want to try and
nature?
I'm just
reciprocate.
gonna-
No, it's not
I
reciprocate.
mean-
It's
Iterate.
reenact the sound.
Like
Uh,
nature might be so like intelligence,
Sure.
nature.
That makes sense.
Maybe like history to recall phonetically exactly what was said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, phonetically, sure. You can try.
Yeah.
Do some rolls.
I'm just gonna be kind of like standing to the side, just like.
No, I don't got it. I got a natural one.
My
Just like
my
It's
practicing the sound.
my history and nature are the same.
Okay.
And they're also just the same as an intelligence roll. So I rolled really well though, so that's gonna be a 21.
Roll for the
Okay.
Spider Whisperer. Let's go.
Wild. There are some waiting around there.
Oh Jesus Christ! Where's our
Wolf, I've never
general
heard you
chat?
chitter this way.
I'm surprised Luke didn't beat me to it already. He normally does.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Awful. Oh Jesus Christ! I don't want to believe it. I don't think it's true. Oh, the Minecraft spider makes noise. Oh, that's so funny. Must be a thing. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Camel spider screeching?
Let's give a bit of encouragement.
What the fuck? Why wasn't this nightmare
No, that's definitely a threat.
in our
Wolf
stupid ass
spider.
spider thing?
You know, I
Oh.
knew that hissing tarantulas were a thing, so I probably should have put that together.
Yeah. Wowza. Wowza. I don't like any of that new information, I'll be honest with you. I'm not thrilled with how this session's starting, but all right. It's only my world. Okay.
You did this to yourself.
All right.
Let's read, but with pizzas.
Oh, man,
Wait, my
I hate it.
it.
I hate it, but I also love it.
Many notes I have given over that exact. Oh, I hate it. I love it. Anyway,
And less on candles. No.
okay. Well, good luck, you group, and I wish you the best to make the force strong again. Things have been getting more foggy and difficult in this forest since those other ones have shown up. And those from Golden Swide, they were mean. They were cruel, so I did not appear to them. They chopped down many of my brothers and burned them. You be careful of that city. They're a bunch of killers.
We will take your warning in stride.
Thank you for your wisdom, Elderbark.
Of course. Now for my sleeping stretches. He's trying to go to sleep.
Helps keep the sap flowing. So we've got two options.
One
We
path
could
that leads
go-
not to the water, or one path that leads to the water.
How strong is everybody? Should we encounter the plague
I think-
doctor or some of his
I think
creations?
I'm full up.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we
I'm
rested.
feeling
Yeah,
I
we
think
rested
we rested.
the night before we
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we did.
started on this.
We
trip.
rested right before we came in, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we've seen some horrific shit today.
I think
We saw some horrific shit yesterday.
Thank you. Yes.
Ah,
Sorry.
yes,
It's just been such a
yesterday.
blur.
so. I think he said the corruption was coming from the water.
The corruption
Yeah.
was coming from the water, and he thought the doctor
And then-
may have gone that direction
Yeah.
potentially.
The doctor's one or the other, and then those who bleed white are one or the other, but they're not the same. But we do know that the corruption is coming from the water.
Yeah.
Is this? Have we heard of the ones who bleed white? Is this news to us?
I don't
This
think
does
we
not
brought-
ring a bell to me.
Is
Yeah, I
yeah, I
heard
don't
that
recall
and took
this.
it in
That's
stride,
familiar.
but I don't recall anything about that.
Have we really closely inspected any of the bodies? That
None of
much?
the.
I try to recall if
I
we
don't-
saw
I don't-
blood on any bodies.
I
You
don't-
saw
yeah.
normal gore, normal red blood dried and
Mm.
that such.
Mm.
You did not see
Mhm.
anything about those who bleed white.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
There's been a lot of gore, nothing white.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes, this is a new development.
Yeah.
So I
And-
say we try and solve our first problem before we address the second.
Well, I think
I'm-
since we don't really know where everything is, we're just gonna have to learn things as we come across them.
I'm
Hi,
not-
flip a coin.
No, don't flip a coin. Hold on.
My
think we should
my
look at the water.
thoughts. My thought was, since we do know that at the very least, the corruption is coming from the water, that would be a good place to start.
I
Regardless
have
of
more information.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm partly concerned that the ones who bleed white are maybe the failed or the results of whatever this entity's experiments are, and that might be more of an experiment or an extermination after we cut the problem off at the head. so that we can stop that from being created. That's my current theory.
Or, perhaps they just coincidentally bleed white and they're completely unrelated and completely benevolent.
I think he said that they were
Defiling the forest. He did
defiling
say
the
that.
forest.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
So
they're
I
just
don't-
loggers.
What loggers do you know that bleed white?
I haven't seen many loggers bleed in my life, so I couldn't say. But your point stands. Let's head to the water.
Yes, I think that's the best course of action because, I mean, I assume we're going to want to try both locations anyway.
Yes.
And
But I
rooting
think
out
this,
corruption is a main goal of ours. So
I agree. I think that's a good starting point.
Okay. Toward the water you guys go. You choose your path.
I'm
and
going to cast Pass Without a Trace as we walk through.
You got it. As you guys go ahead and give me a stealth check since you guys are being stealthy. It is tight in this forest. You constantly find yourself like what you think is a path is a joke of a path, and the way you're pushing through and all the different leaves, but it's more like the prickers, but not as harsh as prickers, but more like the needling of evergreen trees at home, but all around as you guys are pushing through the thicket, and it's just this constant scraping against your skin and such, and you forget this is the path. This is the place of least resistance. Ay, ay, ay. It's quite a push. Now, what is everybody's self?
14.
14? What the? You got a 4,
20.
dude. Try again.
I
Not literally.
also rolled a 4.
These guys are trash. Thank God for
So
that.
there was Pass Without a Trace, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. So yeah, I would also be a 14.
I would be good old 13 for a
Oh my
natural
gosh.
1.
What'd you get, Willow?
20.
yeah.
It's been a while since I've been trying to be stealthy, guys. I'm shaking. I'm still shaking the rust off.
Yep.
I also have disadvantage because of my armor. So
That'll do it. All right, we
Yeah,
got
same.
at least a little excuse for somebody here.
I mean,
You
it
guys
was my first roll was the 3. So
As you guys are rolling through or trying to go through, everyone's making like Ulo's just like got the path really well. And every time he's like parting through stuff, it's just smacking, and people are just not doing this right at all.
pushing a branch forward and letting it go against the armor.
It doesn't hurt, it's just startling every time. But you guys travel for about an hour, and as you're deep into the forest, Ulo, you walk right over this big mound of like just dirt in the forest and carry on. And then we'll say Val, you walk over it just fine. Rolf walks over it just fine. But then Andros, as he steps on it, it begins to shake and begins to stand up as out of the ground you see a giant spider begin lifting itself out of the earth and the ground as its back is full of all this different moss and stuff that's slowly falling out of it as you see these large eyes, the size of probably Shelob or a little bigger, you could imagine, as it begins to...
I immediately cast Minor Illusion and try to recreate the sound that I very poorly learned.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You hear with Speak Without Animals, you hear out of that, you are a bad friend. You are a bad friend.
That can't be right.
Stop.
Oh, stop.
I would say you're able to surmise that it was probably saying we are friends, but with it being slightly off, came out incorrectly.
Hello.
I feel like that'd be even more confusing as well. We are bad friend. So we're a friend, but we're not good at
Well,
being.
we're just we're bad friends. You know, we don't visit enough.
Don't call me.
You enjoy our company, but like we're not gonna pick you up from the airport.
You know, when we go out to dinner, you're the one that buys the salad and like doesn't want to contribute to the bill.
When we hear that you're moving, we just say, "Oh, cool."
Let me see. Testing. What the fuck is that? I was just breathing. No,
Oh,
put some
like that.
special effects on that. That's rough. Not what I'm going for. See what this sounds like.
My work at testing. No, I'm gonna go with the other one.
that sounds like a kid in a hallway.
Never enough. Never enough. Alright, I think the sound effects won me over on this one. Alright, the awful sound effects. Less the voice. The voice shouldn't be as like evil garbly bullshit, but imagination goes wild.
The Elderbark says we are friend.
Elderbark. He is a delightful, hollow-headed individual. Do you mean well for the wicked thicket?
Of course, we hear there's sickness and we wish to clear it.
It would be appreciated. There is darkness that has fallen within this thicket of darkness I cannot nest in well. They have brought it to unfamiliar and gross places. It is not warm, it is not moist. It is vile what they bring.
Speaking of moist, we head towards the water. Is that somewhere that the corruption stems from?
Even if you be friend of Elderbark, you are no friend of mine yet. Do you have something of value you could offer me?
Depends. What do you value?
Many such items. I am a collector of sorts.
Do you have some things that I could see so as to compare what I have?
No, I keep that hidden in private. If you could just give me your best offers, I could let you know if they are enough.
Let me talk to my friends here for a minute and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Our friends.
Our
I will communicate all of this to the group.
You guys
What do
just
you
hear a
have
lot of really
spiders
offensive
like?
noises, very
Yeah.
unsettling.
Oh yeah.
But then
Oh,
also,
yeah.
like, when he says that and she looks over towards you guys where Udo's nodding, massive, like, mandible pinchers as it's, like, drooling, looking at you guys. And you're just like, that son of a bitch just sold us out. Is the vibe for the viewer, not necessarily for the players, but that is the not speaking the language as Udo's like, things are going great.
Hey, you can eat my friends if you let me go.
So, what do you think we should give her?
Like digging through a rucksack. Like I've got a spork
Yeah.
from my
Like looking through my
from my
backpack.
dining kit.
I'm gonna pull out that gilded pen that Dr. Wu gave me.
Yes.
You should take this.
I will also say there's a very musty and earthy odor about, and you can see the hairs on this thing because it's so large. What is normally microscopic seems very large and totally unsettling.
Do you think it would appreciate stuff tasting better? I've got the dust of deliciousness.
Perhaps. She did say that it's been gross in here, so maybe something delicious would help.
I'll hold up my like 2/3 full bag of dust. Pouch of dust.
Well, so wait, I thought you guys were just talking now. Are you actually like one at a time? Did you already offer stuff or did you?
I think we're
I
just
haven't heard mine
discussing
yet, but
Okay.
right now.
Have you
Yeah.
actually? Okay. As long as you're discussing in the group, you let me know when you actually engage with her. Right now, she's not looking at your things yet. You guys are just talking.
Yeah. Hmm.
Other than that, I don't really carry much, to be honest.
I don't
don't-
have much on me.
Yeah.
I have an extra sword. I don't know. It is my backup, but I'm willing to part with it if this is what it takes.
I have this pocket watch from that guy that Andros's wife tried to murder or not murder or convince viciously.
Seems silly, but
I mean, what is a spider that lives in a
yeah.
damp forest treat as value?
I tried to ask her that, and she wouldn't answer.
I mean,
You said she was a collector, right? So maybe just
I mean-
That's what she
interesting
said,
things.
that was my thought with the dust. Was it has magic inherent to it?
Yeah.
Like, so maybe
So
not
maybe-
like mundane things, but things that have
Something magical.
I have an idea if you're willing to roll with it.
Okay.
Well, we'll at least hear it.
Fucking cold cocks a spider and runs away.
No, not this time.
Val comes up really timid. You know, guys, if you're willing to do my plan, okay, all right.
Fireball. Ulo, are you able to druidcraft something?
I don't know about that. Maybe. No.
Okay, that's fine. Val has a small book in her pouch, and she flips to one of the pages in the middle and pulls a pressed flower out. If you could help me communicate, Ulo, and I'll explain to her as I cautiously approach her with this small flower that this was the first flower grown from a field of ashes in a remote area of the Feywild that I had been through, and it was one of the first signs of regrowth in an area that I had visited once before. It's like this small blue and white flowers on a vine, has some small silverish berries on it, and it's like beautifully preserved, pressed in this book, and all it would take was just a small breath of life to be brought back into something that was vibrant once more, and it's proof that no matter what a land goes through, it can be born again.
Translate that.
Okay, so you turn around, you offer that, and you show it.
Can I very cautiously and gingerly put the flower in where hair would be? Kind of, maybe as a olive branch gesture of peace offering kind of deal.
Are you putting it on the spider?
I want to, yeah.
Okay. As you put it on the spider, and he explains it all, she nods along. She's like,
It's a very beautiful story. Thanks, but what do you want to give me?
Okay, fair enough.
I will
because you
hold
put
up-
it in it, so she's just like, oh, freebie, cool.
Fair enough.
I will hold up the dust of deliciousness.
I'll explain
good
what
plan.
it is.
It is a dust that makes any sort of food item taste much better.
I do not
But
need
it all,
dust. No dust for me.
but it can also be used upon enemies. For those who ingest it, will be more pliable to having their wills bent.
This is no value for me. I can bend any wills I need. No, thank
I
you.
pull out the pocket watch. What about this? It's
Oh
got
my
gears
god, it's so
on the side
shiny!
of it.
It is
Ah,
shiny!
damn it, we
Your
overthought
glass
it.
is shiny!
No,
Give
damn
me
it.
the shiny! I need it! This is perfect! You have done well! So well, we are friends now! This is perfect!
Those are good
Oh,
sounds, everybody, just in case you're wondering.
Okay.
You saw
Okay.
this giant thing would come over, like rushing, and these like tiny other smaller arms. Very not happy. Very
This is bad.
unsettling. Just sort of like taking it from his hand and immediately put it up in a web and disappear somewhere in the person of the giant thing.
When she comes up to take it, I'm just gonna like snag the flower off of it.
It's fine. Doesn't notice. Doesn't care.
Hand it back to Val.
Thanks.
So now that we're friends,
Best friends.
all right.
If you have more shinies, you know where to bring them now.
If we had more, absolutely, and any more we find, of course, we'll bring it to you.
Excellent.
Your kin, I presume.
Oh, yes.
I looked up. So you
Way
have
more.
many eyes.
Way more over here.
You have many eyes in the forest, then.
Yes.
You know where the one with the bird mask is,
Hmm.
or where he goes, or where he's from.
The rotten bird mask hasn't come here for quite some time. Used to visit frequently. I tried to remove him from our thicket, but he has vile, monstrous means. He uses evil waters and burned and killed many of my kin. I hate him very much. So if you find him, make sure to destroy every bit of that monstrous bird.
We have every intent to.
Best friends.
Is there any way you could lead us or help us get to the water quicker? We're trying to track down this source.
Do not go too close to those waters. The ones who bleed white serve close and around those shores. Many of corrupted creatures and monsters that have ruined our beautiful forests are around there. I can point you the way, but I do warn the waters are poison.
These ones who bleed white, are they human? Are they animals? Or a mixture? Or
They are the ones who bleed white. There are none like them that I have seen before. They are exclusive to themselves and yet not identical to one another. Each of them with their own strange limbs and builds. They are not like my kin, but at least we resemble a beautiful pattern.
beautiful indeed. So then, the Elder Bark told us of two paths. This path to the water, and the other path presumably leads to the one with the bird mask. Is there a way to get there?
He's here, per se. The other path leads to one of the old camps from the bird mask.
We may be able to get some information there.
Yes, but be aware there's one that glows there.
One that glows.
Hmm.
Like a person?
Again, more like the ones that bleed, but very different.
Do you think your kin could guide us to the camp? We much would prefer to be quick.
They will take you as close as they are comfortable with. I will happily
Absolutely,
do that for friends.
I would ask no more.
Thank you. Good to have met each and every one of you, and thank you for the shine. The Wicked Thicket will always know you as friends as long as I breathe.
I hope you breathe for long.
As to you.
As it's
And
going
then
up, or actually back into the earth, you can see it, like the little arms take the shiny out again, unravel it. Looks really happy, puts it back in as it's like sinking back into the ground.
All right. I think I'm just gonna keep looking up, trying to find the spiders that we're supposed to follow.
Yeah,
And,
you see they're all up there, and like one of them actually gets your attention, goes under from where it can be seen now, and it just starts going like, doesn't wait for you and starts
Yep.
taking you down.
We're
So-
following that.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
so you guys.
So now
shift
we're
course.
going
Now you're going a
Now
different
we're-
path. Yes.
a different path. Yeah.
As we're running, trying to keep up with this thing, I'll
Yes.
be explaining why we're changing direction.
Give me a survival check to see if you guys can keep up with it.
22.
There you go.
21 with a net
Oh
20.
my god.
Are we all
Five.
doing it?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. So Ulo and Val immediately they're on it. They sprint ahead. They're following it with ease. Andros immediately turns, trips over Ty, and they both faceplant, and they fall instantly behind. Rolf is able to follow Ulo and Val, and he's doing a good job keeping it. And so then Andros and Ty get up, and then they're tagging behind. But
Follow
we-
the team, not the spider.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
lagging order.
Correct.
All right. Okay. As you guys get, we'll say, begin to get to inside the Wicked Thicket, a clearing of sorts, very small for the Wicked Thicket, but let's call it a 30-foot by 30-foot round clearing where a makeshift, I'd say, what is it? Probably like a pocket-the-carry has been set up inside here. The place is tossed, turned, broken, and battered, very similar to what you guys saw inside the mines of everything ruined and papers being thrown about. And what you do see is the glowing one. The spider does not, it stays about 5 feet outside the perimeter of this clearing. And as like Rolf gets there and the other ones are catching up, it is already retreating back by the time like you guys are catching there and getting there that Ulo and Val have been observing. You do see the glowing one. What you see is what looks to kind of be like a bloated humanoid body of sorts with massive types of bloats, kind of like the bloater from The Last of Us type of deal. But it has lots of bulging veins that are clear and they glow. Each of them have these really yellow-green glows all around. And its body is like stuck into one of the trees as it's just laying out right now in this campsite. You can see like a tent that's torn and ripped. You can see like apothecary beakers and jars and glass shattered about. And the place has seen better days.
Do you think we try to speak to it?
What the fuck is that?
I mean, you can always try, but
I mean, I don't want to talk to that thing.
It looks like it's in pain. In a bad way.
can
I
it
don't want to help it.
even move? You said it's like in a tree?
Yeah, like on the ground. Very, very Last of Us vibey of, you know, how like the cordyceps and they'd be like stuck into the fungus type of deal. Very similar
Yep.
to that.
Okay.
But not cordyceps and not that. Alchemical. Plague doctory.
Does the tree look weird, or does it just look like
Just looks
like
like a tree. Tree looks diseased too in that sense, but like the
Okay,
rest of
yeah.
the trees in the thicket.
Okay. I mean, we can always try communication first, as you know, just to give it a go, and then we can always fall back on taking it out if it proves dangerous.
We do give up our advantage if we choose to try and communicate, but
That's true. Well, we could also
Do we want to try to read some of these papers that are strewn about before? I mean, if we could stealthily get into the camp and read it before it takes notice of us, maybe they mentioned something.
useful.
yeah, show me the Resident Evil doctor's note. I want to know how this shit was made, and then they were surprised that it got out.
Mm-hmm.
Page 1. It was a beautiful day. I stitched so much. Day 2. They got out. Day 3. I'm
Who could
never
have
wrong.
foreseen this?
Day 4. I am God. Day 5. I am dead.
How did he write this?
This is gold. This is gold. All right. None of that was canon. That was just.
Write this down. Write this down.
Okay. So you start looking and picking up some of the stuff, and you can see a multitude of different drawings and like chemical equations, what you would normally see in chemistry, as they are experimenting very crudely and combining things that A, don't combine, and B, shouldn't be combined. And good thing there's magic in this world, because otherwise this literally makes no sense. But what you're seeing is lots of weird chimera concoctions to try and create these this is not a no wait, as I'm saying this is not how centaurs enter this world, and this is never gonna happen.
I wasn't thinking of that, but
One
I-
centaur he introduces is like this disgusting amalgamation, like
most
stitched
horrid.
up.
Horrid.
that's how he
love
tried to pitch
horrible.
it to me.
That
There-
isn't how
there
I
were-
tried to pitch it.
there
That's
were-
why
Like,
there were-
but that's not.
it just started going for me for the first time, and I was just like, wait, no.
Bree, did you ever play Fallout? There were centaurs in that game.
Are you serious?
Look it up.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Boy, I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, Zach, you can play these.
No,
They can ride on your back all you want, you
No.
freaking nerd.
I don't want it.
You don't want the head dog or the
No.
tentacles.
Why are there so many tentacles coming out of his mouth?
Knew we'd
That's
enjoy that.
horrible. Where did you ever see these guys?
In the game.
I
Like,
don't.
they
Just like
just-
a random. They were just like a normal mob.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
okay,
just a mob.
Fallout
They'd just
3.
be
Okay,
around.
there they are.
Yeah, Fallout 3. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was about to say, because I wasn't seeing anything on the actual mainline Fallout games, and I was just like, I was seeing the original. Well, that's not true. I was seeing them for the original Fallout games.
I think they were in New Vegas too.
Yeah, and they're Magic as well. Somebody made Magic cards for them.
Yeah, no, they were definitely in New Vegas. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's horrible. That's what would have got me though. If you pitched me that, that would have been in the world.
Yuck. I'm glad I didn't do that.
Okay. Anyway, what were we doing? I was describing the
Reading
the,
notes.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Resident Evil notes.
Mm-hmm.
What you're seeing is trying to put different types of creatures inside different bodies, trying to merge the best parts of different animals to make these super creatures. There is notes curious about the ability to move minds of different species between one another. They seem very interested in breaking the barriers that species have amongst one another and creating something more, another step in evolution.
So we can surmise that one of the Plague Doctor's goals is to reach the next stage to create something greater and more powerful than what we are presently.
You think that's what's his goal with this sickness? To force some sort of human evolution to survive it.
It would be quite the experiment. Perhaps he
Vile.
just thrives on the experiment.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
I not like raising it up, but I'm gonna materialize my rapier in my hand and just like have it down.
Let's go.
At my side, and I'm just gonna kind of like take a step towards this creature,
Okay, you take your step.
and I'm just gonna
Sinks
I'm
into
just
the
gonna
mud.
be like, "Hello."
Doesn't respond.
I'm gonna summon my firebird next to me
Can you speak?
on the ground.
Doesn't move. How far away are you from it?
I'm gonna stand like 20 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, you're just kind of shouting at it right now.
Is he in plain view of this thing?
Yeah. At this point, yes.
Is it even looking at him?
Does it have eyes?
I don't know.
Make a perception check.
Like that, Reed.
I'll-
I don't know. Why are you asking?
what a D&D moment with Reed, huh? Is it looking at him? Do you know where his eyes are? Dude, come on. Let me just play the game. It's been a while. I don't need that.
like cautiously take a step and like watch for movement, and then
Yeah.
another step
Yep.
and watch
You're
for
good.
movement. And I'm gonna
11
try to get.
perception.
Okay, you don't see eyes on it currently.
I'm gonna
Its
try to
skull is
get
kind
to
of
a
eaten
point-
by the fungus.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try to get within 5 feet and just kind of like nudge it with the sword.
As soon as you get within 5 feet of it, you hear
Step back a moment.
gets a
When
little
I,
quieter when you step back, but it's just barely like audible where you are, and when you get within 5 feet, it's finally audible.
It seems to have some sort of life still. I could hear it, I think, breathing. I'm gonna-
Sound conscious?
It just was, it was gasping, like just laying there, trying to breathe.
So Andros is like 10 feet away from it right now. It's against the tree in this clearing. So you're surrounded by the Wicked Thicket, which is very thick with all of its trees. You guys are like wide open. So there's a sense of like vulnerability in the group right now, just how wide open you are, even though the canopy's closed above and everything like that. The trees were removed in the stumps, but not the top that was like still connected. So the other trees in the Wicked Thicket itself is kind of holding this canopy up there that easily could be knocked down from a top view and potentially would give it away from a bird's eye view of where this place was. But it was kept still within that canopy. But you're in this like little like pocket almost inside the Wicked Thicket.
I'm gonna kind of reapproach, and I'm just gonna like nudge it with the non-sharp portion of my rapier, just like not poke it with the tip, but like kind of the side of the tip, and just kind of nudge.
Doesn't
Or does it
respond and like
Doesn't react to being touched.
no, you just continue to hear. It seems like almost fused to this tree. You can see like almost like blisters and warts and bubbles on the thing as in those different places all around. You can observe stitching of stuff in certain areas that this infection has grown over as well. It looks rough.
Can I locate the portion that seems to be breathing? Like, I'm
Make a
looking for like a
medicine check.
mouth. Like, where is the mouth that's trying to breathe here?
What that mouth do?
That's only a 6, unfortunately.
You want to find out?
No.
Come here, get my belly, you little shit. Oh, I want my baby back ribs. Yeah, with a 6, you don't know what the fuck's going on. As you try and figure out where it's coming from, your ears are basically playing tricks on you. You've had, that sensation of like, you think you're hearing it, then it's another direction, and you're like, I just can't get it. Then the smell hits you, and you're like repulsed by this rotten, awful infection smell.
It doesn't seem to be actively hostile. I don't know. It's not even really reacting at all to me being close to it.
With the all clear more or less given, I would like to scrounge the camp a bit more thoroughly to discern if there's anything that's not readily apparent that we could glean from this location.
Make an investigation check.
That's my second nat one tonight. That's a 9.
What was it, a nat 1 you said?
It's
Yeah.
correct.
As you begin looking around the camp inside the tent itself, there looks to be like a purposeful note in there that is catches your attention, and before you have a chance to actually grab it, you unfortunately trip a trap. And you guys just see a big green yellow explosion as Val looks into the tent. Val, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
That's an 8.
Oh, that's not enough. That's 18 points of poison damage in your poison condition. As this
Poison
green
condition.
gas is lingering and now starting to file out of the tent, Val is coughing. You can't stop yourself coughing. You're in a vicious coughing cycle as you're trying to get out of this place. And as you continue to cough and cough, so a little bit of blood starts coming out as you like get on your hands and knees and you're still coughing. Some of this explosion, the shards cut your face. Some bubbles begin to start forming on those cuts.
I'm gonna send my my Firebird over to Val
Yeah.
and have it teleport both of them back to me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Nice. Val heals from whatever those bubbles pop and they don't return. You're no longer poisoned, but you still took that damage.
Ugh, what? What
You
was
alright?
that?
That was a trap.
Ah,
It's still there in the area, by the way. That gas didn't go
Yeah.
nowhere. It's still like eventually gonna come your way. It's basically a cloud kill right now in the forest that doesn't have good ventilation. What air movement? Oh, come on. What is it called? In a house, you want. I think it is ventilation. It doesn't have good air ventilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Low?
that's what it is called. Yeah, it's low.
airflow.
No.
Airflow.
Airflow.
Flow. That's what I'm looking for. It has very poor airflow. So just kind of sitting there.
Can I
So
press
potentially, maybe it's
prestidigitate?
like the invincible snail. Actually, maybe I'll go with that. I like the immortal snail take on it. Actually, it's not immediately coming after you. It's just sitting there, and you're like, eventually that cloud's gonna get over here. Then we need to be over there.
Can I prestidigitate a spark to see if it's flammable?
Sure. No. Easy.
That would have been too easy.
Yeah, Val, you do that, and you see a little light in it, and you're like, yeah, all right.
I stand up and give Ulu a hug. Thank you. That could have been very bad.
I'm like kind of grossed out. I'm like, yeah, okay. That was
You just vomit. So they're like, you
all
vomited
that
like
stuff.
7 times quickly. So you had normal vomit, and
Right.
immediately worked into like, it got into your body of like, you're poisoned, you're poisoned, you're poisoned, and just immediately went to the real bad on your system. And so you're just like, yeah.
Hey, Val, maybe you can clean yourself up, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the
Oh.
appreciation.
Sorry, I'll prestidigitate both of us. We're no longer gross.
And now I hug her.
Alright, I think we take extra caution moving forward.
Is the color of the gas the same color of the glow on the big bloated
Mhm.
guy?
Big game
Yep,
dev
that's what I was
vibes right here.
thinking. Mhm.
Quite a
Gave us the
mismatch.
tool in the
Yeah.
dungeon, and then we use it in the dungeon. It's
Andros.
genius.
Maybe you want to back up.
Andros,
Yes.
move away.
Oh, yes. Backing away.
Okay.
I mean, if we wait long enough, it'll probably just dissipate away. We can just kind of avoid it, maybe?
Doesn't really seem to be dissipating.
It's definitely just
Um,
hanging about, but very slowly, and it's not going to encroach on you guys. From now that I like thought about it, it's just hanging out there right now. Just
So
a
the air
big
must be
green
pretty-
cloud.
Pretty still.
Yeah.
Bad airflow.
Bad airflow.
Just stale.
Mm-hmm.
Call this a fucking forest.
Where's the gentle
Um,
breeze?
It's almost like it's too thick in here for air to get through.
Jeepers.
I'd say
I-
maybe that's why you guys would feel
Can I
that's a
try
bit
something-
suffocating in here, because there's literally poor airflow.
Can I
Yeah.
try something a little spicy?
Do it.
Okay.
I like spicy.
I'm gonna dissipate my rapier, and if you allow me, in all my years of combat and warfare,
It's gonna take a gun. Why is it
No,
gotta do this?
I'd like to conjure like a war fan. And
Okay.
I posted a picture of the idea of what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with fans, dude. Let me tell you, I looked up a lot of damn fans for Rio.
Something along that line.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's very familiar.
And
I
try
actually
to
kept
use
getting
that to
way too
like
much.
use that to like push air and like move this gas away.
Sure. Goes into the forest and starts like killing things in the forest and poisoning the trees.
Nope.
We specifically told.
I didn't think of the consequences of my actions.
When will you learn?
I take the poison cloud and put it away from me. It kills the things away from you. Oh shit!
I like push the first like batch, like do a
Yeah.
couple puffs, and then I see it's like starting to like rot away the trees, and I'm like, oh, okay, I stopped doing that.
How thick is the canopy above us? You know, like it's coming over from the trees on the edge.
Straight up.
Yeah, so
Straight,
that
like,
I'll
straight in
call
the
it
middle,
like a foot thickness of canopy, like is there on the very top of this opening type of deal.
I'm gonna
At
look
the
up.
very top, it's about a foot of thickness.
I'm gonna look up. Well, I'm gonna start shooting fire into the canopy.
Oh Jesus!
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast firebolt.
Yeah. No, it
canopy.
catches fire
Yeah.
just fine.
Oh,
You have poisoned the forest and now set it on fire. Excellent plan. I like this.
Wait, hold on.
Once there's about like
Uh-huh.
a 2-foot diameter hole, I'm gonna use control flames and put the fire out.
Yeah, I figured as much from the fire guy. I figured that, but as it's burning, you almost feel like the forest itself shudders, and it sounds like it shouts, but it's the forest. The forest doesn't have a voice, and then it stops and things kind of chill, and you get an unease feeling. You inside the wicked thicket. If this was a boss slayer, you would feel an eye on you.
Andros, do you think you could funnel it through that?
no, that's bad.
You could try.
I don't have. It's just gonna get blown everywhere.
Huh.
I don't have the precision to funnel it through a hole like that.
Thought for sure you were more skilled than that, but
Oh man, it's fucking squad, man.
He really gave up without even trying.
I miss this group so much. Oh my god.
Do you know how a fan works? It just pushes. It's not like
Yeah,
I can.
push up.
It's not like I can control the air into a tunnel
You
through.
just spin it in a
that-
circle and create a vortex, right?
yeah, see, Val gets it.
Do you think I can control air with a fan?
It seems like you moved
I mean,
the air.
that's
Yes.
what you did.
I just pushed it. I didn't like manipulate it like, expertly. It's like pushing a boulder. I'm not like pushing the boulder through a rabbit-sized hole.
Hey guys, let's just take deep breaths. I think we're upsetting him. I don't want him to yell again. As like
True.
as Andrew's
Veins are
perspective, he is
bulging.
calmly explaining this. From your perspective, he is getting louder. Veins are bulging more.
Start bulging.
These
yeah.
guys don't even understand how fans work.
His eyes are getting more to get the demon thing going a little bit. Oh, why are you so fucking stupid?
We
yeah,
can see through the hole, I presume, at this point. Is it daytime or is it nighttime?
Daytime. You guys went in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
If not, who gives a fuck? I'm master of this world. That's what it is now.
That's right.
Okay. I mean,
Has anyone else found anything that is useful here that isn't a trap? Has anyone looked?
not particularly.
Well, there's the hideout, right?
There's
Is there a building, or is it just this open area?
Just this campment and the place that they were sleeping in
Right,
the
right,
hideout
right.
is
You
what
were
the
saying.
trap. That was the
Right.
trap
You
that
said-
Val set off. Yes.
Okay.
That's
You're
It's
still
not
like
a building. It's just
standing,
like a
right?
tent.
Yeah, you
apothecary
said there was
thing.
10. Right.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
you're right. Okay. Okay.
It's still
But
there-ish. It's
Yeah.
messed up now, and the cloud is over it. But
Yeah. Is there a way we can use the fan to like push the cloud away from the dwelling so we can hopefully check it out a little bit? Do you think we could do that, Andros? Could you push the cloud for us?
I could try.
this fucking group is so good. This dialogue
Um,
writes itself.
I mean, I guess. How is there any way I could try to like compress the cloud a little bit, like go around the edges and like try to gently like push it in on itself?
Just get it like away from the tent.
Yeah,
That's
you guys
all
have
we really
again. It's a
need,
30
right?
by 30 circular area, so like the tent's only taking up one side of it. It's not like in the middle or anything.
Okay, I'll try to gently push it so that it's away from the tent but not hitting the trees.
Okay,
Just put it in the center. Just put it in the center.
Give me a focus check.
What am I rolling for that?
A d20.
Okay.
You get to add your moxie stat.
do I get to add anything to
Nope.
that?
Nope.
So that is a 6.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Just because this is pissing me off, I'm gonna use my.
No, don't.
Okay.
Don't. This is for me. Stop. You're good. So you're just like, and you're blowing it over, and you're not paying attention. And as that cloud is starting to go, the rest of you guys here, Andros doesn't notice. She's like, fans, you say, fans, you. Just gets, the fan cloud just murders, totally axes one of these guys. And Andros is like
If he
coming
dies-
back with the fan, doesn't even notice as you speak.
I'm going
Alright.
to.
I think I've
Can
done
I? Can I attempt to save him by using my maul to like
I
pull him
saved
out?
by
Yep.
putting him out of his misery.
You
I
betcha.
saved him.
No.
I know what you're gonna golf him
I'm
out.
sure.
Sure.
I'm not golfing him. I am
Come on.
Hooking.
hook off
Oh.
the stage. You know,
Oh,
there's
way
only
better
you got the
idea.
hook and I'm the maul's
You're
it's a
correct.
hole and
Yeah,
then
no, that is
so I can
anatomically
wrap
correct.
I can wrap it around
You're
and
right.
pull him
You're very right about
on the
that.
on the inside.
Okay, strength check. You're kind of guesstimating how much strength you need to use. Is he heavy? Is he not?
Ooh, If he dies,
Strength?
do we have to release him? Do we have to tell him we're not interested if he's dead?
You're stuck. You just soft lock the game.
This is kind of solving our problem.
What'd you get?
21.
You fucking yeet him out of it. He's so light. And he just goes like from there. You're like, I'm just going to yank him out because he seemed hard at first. And whoa. And as you yank him past you, he flies off and hits right into the wall of the Wicked Thicket corner here. Slams into that. And he's just like, as he gets to the ground, you see him like,
Is he okay?
no, he's not okay.
He's not okay. It was
No.
bad in there.
But you see him just be like, I'm trying to reach you by your car's extended warranty. And then he makes like
I'm
a
sorry, we're
demon
not
pentagram on the
interested.
ground and just disappears. He teleports away.
Yeah, I figured he could do something like that. But I tell him we're not interested in any fan deals before he leaves.
Damn.
He was trying to get us on his OnlyFans. I'm pretty satisfied with that one.
He's-
Reed's not amused.
now I am.
Yeah.
God, what are the rest of you clowns doing?
So when the cloud is actually
Yeah.
cleared away from the tent, and it's presumably, well, it's not actively a hazard to be in there.
Sure.
I
Check
would
for
like
more
to
traps.
very cautiously
Cast
approach
guidance on Val
the tent.
before she does this.
Yes. To carefully investigate, being mindful of traps and looking for clues.
Sure. Investigation.
What if I did it again half an hour later? Natural 20 for a 28. Well, let's see if we can get it over 30. 24. Yeet. 31.
Beautiful.
Well, the note that you were originally interested in was ripped into a whole bunch of fucking pieces from the explosion. But you're a clever girl and you have a photographic memory and you started putting it back together. And you are able to surmise that this is like half of a letter that is actually indicating a location of the new lab.
This is good.
There's been a new lab set up. You need the other half of this letter. And there's a hint in it discussing to find it in their friend.
Oh.
I have news. The good news is that this document gives us half the information we need to discover the new lab. The bad news is the other half is in him.
Like the plague doctor?
Nope. I'm pointing to the
glowing
loaded
one.
Glowing one.
Oh.
Of course it's in there.
So, this is a tricky conundrum. He didn't react to touch, right?
Not particularly, but he was breathing heavily, so there's some form of life.
Were there any superficial stitch marks? Something that didn't seem like it was structural, but maybe...
Wasn't it all over, like, piecemeal kind of thing? Like Frankenstein? Yeah, like, lots. I mean, it looks like it's... Lots of things have been... Not like a specific incision and closure, or like an implant spot, but like... Just kind of like gesturing, like, that finger, that foot, that
This is pretty gnarly.
calf. It's very gruesome.
My concern is if we try and find it. What does the letter say? Inside or underneath or around?
At our
Just
favorite
inside.
spot.
In our favorite spot. The fuck is that supposed to be, you sick motherfucker? That's disgusting.
My favorite spot.
Ugh.
Oh man, I forgot where we were,
Boy.
man.
Boy, howdy.
This has not been in my mind for quite a while, let me tell you.
So, what are the chances if we just blow this unfortunate soul to high heaven that the document doesn't survive? You know, like, what if we just blew it up?
With
High
like a
compared
fireball.
to what you just experienced.
Yeah, no.
Say
It was
pretty
an
good
act of
chance.
God that I was able to.
Yeah,
this
probably.
Yeah, basically.
Very certain that it would be destroyed if we destroyed the body.
Do you think the thing can move?
That is a good question. What if it's in the
I
tree?
mean, it seems like
What?
it's part. It seems like it's
Exactly.
in. It's like it contained in the tree.
What
Yeah.
if it is in the tree? What if all we have to do is just separate him from the tree? What if it's not in the body? Oh, let's hope that that's the case. Is there a way for us to finesse that poor thing?
If it can
Out of
move
the
itself,
tree.
then perhaps, but I don't know if we're going to be able to pick that thing up.
Stitched
suppose-
to the tree? Is it fused to the tree?
You want to investigate? You want to poke around there? You want to
Yeah.
see?
Let's take a look.
Yeah. As you begin trying to peel it away from the tree, it is fused to the tree. There is tons of like goo and ichor and stuff, and it kind of comes a little bit, but then it's like a scab. Like, oh, we're gonna rip skin off with this if we're gonna rip him off the tree.
This would be a wild time to have the tree stride spell.
What the fuck is that?
Tree stride, like you can warp through trees. Like you can travel really fast through forests.
It's a miniature version of transport via plants.
You know what? Because you don't have it, I immediately tell you, you're going to this crazy Eldritch land. If you go through a tree with this guy, this is Bridge to Terror Badland. All right, we're going.
That was the second pass on the book. Bridge to Terra Badland.
It's way worse. It's way worse.
Everybody was going grimdark in the 2010s.
It's better than casting Awaken on it, and then the tree's just like, what the?
Why did you do this to me?
Wah! Wah! Wah!
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Hey,
Let's do
Sun
none of
Tree, I
these
fucking hate
things.
you. Kill me.
God.
Oh, okay. Who has the most steady hand among us?
That'd be Dex. What would steady
Probably-
hand be?
Between me or Rolf?
I'd say Andros has a -1 penalty at the moment for super steady hand things in narrative circumstances, not combat. I'm not gonna mess with those mechanics, but we'll just say like there's just a little bit of unease in the fucking grip right now.
I'm
Like my sleight of hand is a +2, but -1.
Yeah, you got you. It's kind of really hard to focus when you have all that fucking adrenaline.
yeah, my sleight of hand is +1. I don't have much.
Even Steven.
Ooh,
just
what
about.
is
Mine's
what
+2.
is what's his
Ooh.
face?
There you go.
What is-
Oh, Ty.
What
Oh,
is
hers has to be
Ty?
high.
Yeah.
You can put poor Ty
Might
on
have-
this. What a
might-
move
might
you
have-
guys would do. Ty, you do it. You're not here. You don't vote. That's about right.
Yeah, let's make Ty do it. Yeah,
Man.
that's fucked
I
up.
just
We
don't know
can't
what
do that.
Ty's next is.
She got tiny hands. Off you go,
Uh,
Ty.
Just a moment. I don't.
It's like
think
Miss
we should
Frizzle in
use
the Magic
Tristan's
School
character
Bus. She'll be
for this
safe.
specific purpose when she's not here. Oh, her sheet is private.
Oh, I guess
that
I will
full
look
time?
then.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, so I'm not the only asshole
the-
who makes their sheet private.
That's an asshole move. I'm with you. That's a pretty dick move. I don't know why you do that. This
He's got
is
secrets.
it's
He's afraid
caused
I'm gonna read his
problems.
backstory.
Are mine private?
Tabula rasa. Is that where we are with this group? I
idea.
believe so.
Yeah.
We're in the
Well,
weeds.
I can see her.
Private
So yeah, it's
by
just me then.
default.
He probably made a mistake. Her deck
Campaign only.
+3 is her deck.
Oh
That
damn!
is the highest.
He does
So-
have the highest.
All right,
right,
I do
we're
have an
doing it.
idea.
Time for
I
you
do
to
have an
defuse a
idea
bomb.
if we don't want to do that.
can roll
I
for
could
it.
perhaps try to make him smaller.
That's a good idea.
Huh?
Would that make the okay?
I
So
don't know.
If he's attached to the tree, would that also make the tree smaller?
I've never tried.
the question is whether him and the tree are still considered separate entities
Hmm.
by the magical rules of the world.
And also, what if, given the propensities of what we're chasing, what if this half of paper is literally inside the creature?
That's what I'm afraid of. Because if that's the case, we have to open up some sutures, and
Mhm.
then I'm afraid whatever's. I think the color was the same of cloud of gas is very likely. If the cloud disperses. It was an explosive release. I almost wonder if we can make an incision small enough if we can cause a controlled release, and then we can just I can warp somebody away as soon as they make the cut so that they don't have to inhale it, and we can steadily encourage the smoke away. But that's only if we're able to control the release of the gas, which would be pretty difficult. So I'm not opposed to the reduce idea. I think that might be good if it's behind this individual on the tree. But
If we
it's-
reduce him, does he contain less gas?
I think the gas just gets smaller too.
That's an interesting
And if we let
pressure
it-
problem. I feel like
If we let it out of him,
the surface
We make
area
his body
compression-
small and then he just explodes in gas
still
because the
feel
gas doesn't change size, so the volume just.
Yeah, yeah.
when
so-
you-
Oh man.
oh, that's even worse. Oh my god, this is just.
When you reduce somebody, their equipment shrinks too. So
Are we considering that equipment? Boy, this is some.
Absolutely.
it's convenient for me. Yes.
Well, do you
oh
consider?
my god.
I mean, could you consider it like the blood of an individual as like part of the body?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, when you when you shrink someone, the food inside them doesn't get squeezed out of their stomach because their stomach shrunk.
These are compelling points.
That's all I'm
We're
saying.
making
Your,
making
your
arguments
lunch you ate
against
3 hours
explosive
ago is
compression.
your equipment.
What's that, Ragnar?
Other than that, I could potentially convince it to attempt to move.
I don't think it
or
can move.
Command it.
I think it's just barely alive. I don't think it's physically capable of moving.
Yeah, we don't even know
I
if it has
don't-
any consciousness.
I agree.
to hear
I
a
really hope it
command.
doesn't. I'm not gonna ask. I don't.
It
wanna know.
doesn't seem like it has any consciousness.
I fear making the small incision would just create more of an area to be enveloped by the gas.
Yeah. I'm worried how much that would take up, yeah. And
Well, you know what?
the damage it would do to
Let's
the woods.
inspect the body to see. Are there any sites that are less stitched together and more
And are there any?
incision sites?
Okay.
Are they any of those
Before we
runes?
start poking around this thing, I'm going to back up.
check.
And if
Nissan check, Andrew.
even a single moment occurs where things go wrong, I'm going to vortex warp the person away from that body before they get gassed.
Okay.
I want to look for the alchemical symbols that have been on everything else and see if there's anything that matches.
I'd say the
Nice.
notes, but nothing around here. You just see different types of the notes for
Okay.
I'd say one of the experiments you tried to find, and now that you have a chance to go take a second here, the rat experiment, you see the notes from that experiment here.
Mhm.
And it's familiar stuff to a degree. I'd say it's the successful ones that the consciousness was able to be put inside, but they're not able to control the body.
Okay.
So that might be new information, might not be.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get for your medicine check?
9.
9. You feel like there should be. You're looking around, you see a bunch of stitches and stuff, and you're like, God, I feel like I'm on the cusp of knowing, but not. As you look at the body, at the very least, what you can surmise is there's again another chimera. The stuff has infected and grown in different ways, but you see a humanoid body beneath it. It's got that husk. There are different things sewn and put onto it of different colors, and some of it has completely died and gone into rigor mortis, while the body parts are still fine. And it's rough. The thing is in a really bad, beaten zombie stitching like shape, but it continues to have extremely labored breaths, and its entire, like, from its collarbone up and all through its shoulders are those giant warts and bubbles that you could see on like a bloater and stuff. And Last of Us.
You said there's like a bunch of like different parts that are not originally from the humanoid
Yeah.
attached to it.
Yeah. So like its leg, but the leg has clearly been stitched on like the leg of one of the fish people you might have met. And
Can I re-look at the notes
Mm-hmm.
and see if there was any particular augmentation that they tended to use a lot or seems to enjoy working with?
Yes. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Because he said in his note our favorite part or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
May I offer the help action as he pores over these notes?
Sure, why not?
I'm so literate.
Well, yeah, that's you guys, and you just start pouring over
First
the
roll was
notes.
pretty good. Yep. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a 24.
We love that.
You find a sick obsession with the lungs and all the different types of body
Lungs.
parts they like transposing. They believe it is the most interesting part because it is what breathes life into their beautiful creatures.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm getting the impression they really liked the lungs. So I think that would be a decent place to check.
Are the lungs on the outside of the body by any chance?
No, Zach. I'm not telling Val that. No, Zach. There's no lung on the outside.
Do we see a mouth? Like, I know Andros is looking for a
You
breathing
can't
apparatus
visibly see a
before-
mouth. No.
Yeah.
I'm instead gonna look for an area of rising, like a chest.
Yeah, you see it. You see it in the chest. Very labored.
Yeah. I'm gonna swap to a dagger now.
Yep.
Everybody
And-
back up.
All right, and just like gingerly, like, are there any like incision
I
lines
cast
on
guidance
here?
on you first.
I'd like to cut along like a stitch line, like along an
There's no
incision.
stitch line, but you do now see an incision line as you are looking. A very, very subtle one
Ah,
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
gonna
would have
cut-
probably gotten if you rolled the tiniest bit higher. hmm
I gotta cut along that gingerly.
As you do, it opens up. No gas, vile smell. As it opens up, the entire cavity is empty except for 4 different yellow eyes you can see inside.
Oh God, Reed, what the fuck?
I knew it. That's why I was giggling earlier. In the lungs, the other note
Bro
is
wake-
curled
bro
up
wakes up
and
after a
put
nightmare and
inside one of the
giggles.
lungs like a giant
Aw.
cancer ball would be, thus causing the labored breathing. Besides other things.
Oh.
Reed has terrible nightmares, wakes up and goes,
Oh.
"This would be great for my D&D game."
This isn't even a bad nightmare for me.
When you said you would like pitch things,
He was
to
like,
your-
"Where are
your
the eyes?"
coworkers, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's really good." I didn't expect it was the disgusting stuff.
It wasn't. It hasn't been. Let me tell you, it hasn't been on my mind in a while.
He's working his way up to that.
We've
Yeah,
got
we'll get
the new
there.
Margwas showing up in the next.
Yeah. No. No. Well, you'll know. You'll know if I'm responsible. If it happens, you'll know. It'll be very clear.
Gingerly reach in and just slowly take that note out, kind of wipe the juices off.
Yeah, it's not as bad labored breathing as you basically just took a tumor out of it. It's upsetting that it's alive and the other eyes are looking at you as you do it and then blinking and as you then like close up the cavity. It does clearly go to a mouth or something, so whatever's underneath the bloat is also, there's a mouth there trying to breathe, but the bloat and infection isn't stopping.
I will hand this paper off to Val, who has the first page.
Yeah.
Val, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, Luigi found the key. It is now a map. You have the full map part.
I recreate the map on a less disgusting page.
That's not allowed.
And,
I'll take out my notebook and we can, I'll draw it on there.
Again, not allowed.
Thank you.
No, it's fine.
So this discovery could lead us to the next. Hopefully, this is where they're hiding.
You find that this is a direct map to their laboratory that you find is on the back side of the Tauren Depths. It is here on this map.
Mm.
That lab is on the north side of the Tauren Depths.
From the description of it, it seems as though this is something that backs up to the side of it, not necessarily in the Tauren Depths. From your notes, it seems like things were moved because people were finding them inside the pools and causing problems.
Near, but not in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, this is promising. Let's leave. Let's leave this cursed place.
I think that's a good idea.
No.
I think we leave this thing to suffer.
No.
I think if we attempt to do anything other than what we just did to it, it would be very bad for everyone.
Was there like a heart-like thing
Yeah.
in that area?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Does
Take
the
it
heart
from
look
there.
like it's filled with gas?
How dare you? What a rude question to ask a woman her age. I'm kidding. No, it just looks like a horse heart.
I'm just gonna swap to my my
is a
rapier,
horse
and I'm
heart.
just gonna straight in the heart. Nothing should have to live a life like that.
Agreed.
As you guys begin to walk away, the boils and blisters of it begin to shrink, and it falls down forward finally. At peace, you notice it was like this. It looks like the skeletal outline of a person. There's still the boils itself, but they're kind of like loose now, like when you do that popping thing.
Yeah.
Still liquid in them, still dangerous in that sense. But as it falls down, there's another body like conjoined to it on the back. So the two people were put back to back, and on the on the tree, it says, "Why us?" as it's carved in with like nails into that tree.
Oh,
If you guys show the Plague Doctor mercy, there's nothing else I can do in my storytelling. I don't have any more tools compared to of all the things we've done already.
All right. We have
We can redeem them.
fuck
Why?
that.
Why? What's the point? What indication did I give you? They can be rehabilitated.
Hey, Escott sold his soul to the devil 5 times, and he turned out all right.
Yeah. but was his for the collective or the individual?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't disagree. I think we're gonna absolutely fuck this guy up when we find him.
Yeah.
Kidney punches for days. Okay. So you guys gonna go on your way to the Torn Depths?
As I'm the last one like walking out of the grove, I'm gonna like look in the direction of the trees I poisoned, and I'm just gonna be like, sorry, and then walk away.
The trees can take note. The trees will remember.
Please do not forget.
We've decided in 100 years, maybe more, to storm. No. Sauron's gonna be here by then. Oh, jeez.
Be hasty.
Don't be hasty.
All day event. So, what's the plan? That was just introductions.
So do we want to continue to the new lab
Yeah, let's fuck
Or
this
do
guy
we-
up.
before we go to the other place? Just want to make sure we, look at all our options.
I mean,
Sounds
we
like
could
the
go
other
to-
place is swarming with the
Those,
ones that
whatever
bleed
those
white.
things-
White.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like that, I don't know if I want to be in a swarm of them.
That's fair. Yeah. Let's find the lab before they move it again, I guess. The things that bleed white will probably still be there. Alright, let's go to the lab then.
All right. Your group travels through the Wicked Thicket using the map, and you end up finding basically hidden under sticks after about 3 hours of walking from this location. Sticks and debris of the ground and buried in dirt. You would never be able to find it unless you had the map. Bilko doors. As you guys lift those open, and stairs descend down to another locked door that has the cross symbol on. Except, would it be cross in this world? Probably not. The red cross, the generic health symbol. I don't think that would translate, would it? Into this lore wise, was the symbol for medicine?
The cross with the snake.
There's that one, but yes, and then even take it a step further, just the generic red cross.
Just the
and gaze.
generic red cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't that universally because of Christ and Christians, or is that and that doesn't?
I don't know.
That's
Do I
like
care?
a specifically human thing.
Yeah, it's a very.
Sounds like balls in your court, my guy. You can do whatever you want.
I feel like it would be more akin to the god of healing and
yeah.
and taking their symbol.
Yeah. So we'll do the God of Healing symbol. I don't know who that is. Do you guys know who that is?
Nope.
Did I not have a God of Healing? That's very.
I think
You
healing is a very specific.
You might have
Domain.
it under one of the domains of a god. I just
Yeah. Do you have your?
Yeah, I have it right.
call it the gods and pantheon.
Yep, I have it up. I'm just.
Healing tier.
Oh, we're fucking dumb! A whole campaign.
Yeah. That's Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, what a fucking idiot! Yeah, heal, of course. Okay.
So it's like the scale symbol with a bucket of fucking eyeballs and slop on one end, and I don't know, a scalpel on the other. Disgusting.
It's just tier symbol.
Ugh.
It's not your Resident
How
Evil tier
dare you.
symbol.
How dare you?
How dare I? Let's recall your backstory. This accidentally worked out perfectly, Mr. Ulazal Uto. Shall we go back to the animal testing labs in the mountain?
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's true.
All right. I think we should probably pause there, not only because we're 2 minutes away from our drop dead time from Justin, even though he's not here. I want to consistently try and get us to stop at 10:30, but also I'd like Justin to be here for the next part. Is going to be confronting, if they're there, the plague doctor. Yeah.
Oh, he's not home. He went to Cancun for the weekend.
Knock knock, we're here.
Does anyone have a health potion?